Dit is Radio 6.
Soul and jazz.
Ibrahim, so nice to have you here in the studio. Welcome.
Thank you for inviting me.
I was just telling the audience that your star has risen very fast in the Netherlands. Do you remember the buzz around your performance last year here on the festival?
Look, I remember that it was a great moment for us because we have, when I say us, I meant me and the band with who I played. It was a great moment because I knew that this festival is a very important jazz festival in the world. And usually, you know, since my music is a mix between different kind of musics, but of course jazz has a very important influence, I was a little bit worried that maybe jazz people would not, let's say, like it or you know, adopt me, you know. And they showed us after the show that they liked it by showing it, you know. They just simply showed it. So it was really a great moment for us. I had the same feeling in Marciac also.
Oh yeah, the jazz festival there in France.
Yeah, it was great.
But last year you performed Wind. This year you're going to perform stuff from Illusions. It's actually the album sounds very different from Wind. It's more funky, it's more rocky. And the album is called Illusions because you refer to, you know, to illusions, to what you see. It doesn't always have to be true, and what you think is wrong can be right. So you're sort of, are you tricking us with your music as well?
Always, you know, for me, music and composing is like is an experience, you know, and you always try things. And since I'm not necessarily comfortable in speaking, I do music to say all the things.
You speak very well, I have to say.
I don't know.
Doesn't show.
But I compose and I do music to express the ideas I have in my head. And since many years, I'm always fascinated by the difference that exists between what we are told and what reality is, and the quantity of lies that affects us every single day, you know, that we produce and that people do on us, and this kind of stuff. All those differences between reality and the fiction life that we have.
Okay, but it makes it sound as if you have some really black a picture of how the world works.
Well, actually, I definitely do, and if I do music, it's to maybe lighten it a little bit on in my everyday life.
Yeah. And because you were talking about lies, how many people lied to you today? You think?
I don't know, but you know, it's in every little things in life. You know, when you buy a tomato, you know that it's genetically modified, but you eat it.
Yeah.
You know, when you meet people you have never seen in your life, but they always say, "Hey, how are you?" And you say, "Yeah, good. How are you?" You don't know them really. You know, all those little things that make life interesting also, but fascinating, but also that, you know, affects my point of view on things, and I think about those things, and when I compose, it's part of the things that inspire me.
Okay, and so your music is also sort of a weapon against it. It's sort of your shield.
Definitely.
Towards the.
Completely, yeah, completely. It's my way to support. No, you don't say support in English. My way to handle this in my life. Yeah, I do music to be smiling every day.
But if you perform, I mean, you're going to perform in a few hours. If people applaud, if they cheer, if they're happy, do you believe it then after your show?
Yes, because I'm sincere, and I hope they are too.
I actually read that you hung out with a French musician during the making of Illusions, Jan Frisch.
Yeah.
What kind of tricks did he learn you?
This magician is amazing. He's actually how do you say, a world champion.
Oh.
He's like twice. He was 2 years. For 2 years world champion, and he's a genius of magic. He can do basically anything, you know. He can make anything disappear, anything appear again. He's really fascinating. I can't really explain. He did a crazy thing you all have to go and see on internet. It's called Baltas, Baltass, and it's very nice to see, and it's very impressive. And I really wanted him. Because magic, you know, is one of the good sides of illusions.
Yeah.
Because it's, you know, we are all of us like little children, grown-up children, and when we see magic, we know that there is a trick behind it, but we love it. And that part of the things that why life is interesting is that we always try to. We are, of course, struggling, but we're always trying to find out where we have to go inside this big mess. and it's like being in front of a magician and trying to understand how he's doing it. And what is interesting is that the best moment is when you stop trying to know and you just enjoy.
Yeah.
And that's what I try to do with life, with my music.
But in a way, you're also sort of a magician or an illusionist, because you keep on switching different types of music. I mean, I don't know if maybe people who listen to the radio have heard your album Yves Saint Laurent for the movie picture. I mean, there you really portray all the kinds of genres that you can write, that you can compose, that you can play. It goes from rock to soul to pop to jazz to almost classical.
Yeah,
so you're also sort of, I don't know who you are. You can be a classical composer, the next day you're a jazz musician, and then you're a soul artist.
That's what's great in music, is that you can do and express yourself in many different ways, as long as it's sincere and honest, and you really try to be yourself, not copying, of course, other artists. That's what is exciting in music, is that you can really go. We don't have so much freedom anymore in the life that we live. We even now in politics and in everything, they try to forbid us in many different ways. The only thing that I feel very comfortable and free in is music. So, of course, I hope nobody will ever forbid me doing anything I would like to do in music. So I use this freedom.